Hi, this is Jabulani Sinyas of the Rustenburg Herald. As we always do, we like to find entrepreneurs or people who are trying to make a difference in the community and put them on the spotlight. So now we are with Oracle Farming Technology, which is situated here in Zinniaville. Now these guys, they graduated here in Rustenburg. They are originally from Rustenburg, and they graduated at Bersa Academy in 2016. So during that time period, they came up with the concept that they're going to explain to us. It's a very, very, very good story. Okay, like I said, I've got Kutlwano and Percy here who are going to explain to us how this whole thing started. They're going to take you through the whole thing that they went through up until where they are today.
Okay, I'm here because of hydroponic systems. We are a newly established manufacturing company that focuses on the concept of hydroponics. And how we got into hydroponics is actually an interesting story, because what happened was initially we were looking for alternative methods to go into farming, but we realized that there's a lot of barriers to entry, especially when you're going to go commercial farming. You're going to need land, and again it's capital intensive. You're going to need a lot of money just to start. So we realized that one of the things that the Chinese were doing was aeroponic farming. We did a bit of research then, and then after a while what we did was, because we realized that with aeroponic manufacturing you require 3D printing machines, we realized that that's very expensive for us. And we looked at all the resources that were available to us, which was steel fabrication as well as pipe molding. So what we ended up doing is we did research around the resources that we had, but we looked at something that would enable us to go commercial. So we then stumbled upon hydroponic farming. What we did first, we started to engage with people, we started to create prototypes. Back then, obviously, the material that we were using was not actually hydroponics, pipes like for plumbing and stuff, but we realized that at least it would get us somewhere where we would be able to build prototypes and then sell to people. The advantages of hydroponics, the reason why we wanted to go into it actually was because you use 90% less land. If you're going to go traditional farming, you need a lot of land in order to supply retails. So what we realized is that what if we create something that will create an opportunity for backyard farmers, for people that have small land, people that have yards, and give them an opportunity to actually go commercial. So with hydroponics, you go vertically instead of horizontally. So even if you don't have space, you're able to utilize the space going up. And then it uses 90% less water. So compared to traditional farming with hydroponics, the advantage that we saw was that a lot of farmers in SA, in order to go commercial, you need a lot of water. You must either be situated near a dam, or either you should have a borehole. If you don't have neither, it will be difficult for you to actually, even if you've got land, to actually supply retail or to go into commercial farming. So we noticed that, okay, there's an issue of drought as well in this thing. So we realized that, okay, to be on the safe side, let's look at something that obviously would use less land. Most people don't have land, and then let's go for something that would obviously use less water, because water as well is expensive in SA. And then the other advantage about it was that we wanted to go for something that would obviously now make sure that the plants are consistent. In traditional farming, the issue as well is the consistency. Season by season, quality is different. And then we realized that what the Chinese were doing is they were able to control the quality which they were producing, mainly because the plants grow in a controlled environment. So it's obviously easier to grow. Though we don't use pesticides like your traditional farming, which goes to the question, is it organic? We don't use pesticides, we don't use anything externally from the water as well as the nutrient that you'd get from your traditional plant. So in hydroponics, you use less poisonous things. There's no organisms that can grow on the plants, mainly because the pipe is food grade. And the pipe is specially supplied for hydroponics. It's not just any pipe you'd get in your builder's warehouse or your cash build, mainly because those pipes are made for plumbing, and then in hydroponics these pipes are really made for the plants. So we looked at that. Again, what we did in order for us to go into business, we started now engaging with people that we know. So most of our business was kickstarted by family and friends. People that we know, were able to take the product to them, show them a replica of what we were seeing online or what we were seeing from people in China. And then we started to do our own tests see if maybe it would grow. Luckily, we were advantaged to be invited to the government, AFASA, one of the organizations that work with government in agriculture, was able to invite us. And then we were able to go showcase our product. Surprisingly, we got a lot of orders there, so that's what actually kickstarted our business, because from then we realized that people aren't really buying these products because they're not aware of them, and a lot of people don't know hydroponics. Although it's been there for the longest time, the awareness is not there. So what we did is we started making orders that way, and then we realized that there's a business behind this. But now, because we were advantaged and strategically positioned, we were able then to say, you know what, because half of the hydroponic is steel work and half of it is pipe, we are more positioned to the steel industry because we are familiar with that a lot, but we'll do our own research and then connect with people that will help us to obviously go into the pipe molding. So after that, what happened is we brought these two businesses together, or these two ideas together, and then we were able now to start supplying. Luckily, as we were doing small orders, we started getting big projects. So that's what kickstarted the whole business, because then with big projects, you get a lot of money or you get a lot of business. And then from project to project, we've been lucky where a lot of farmers hear about us, come to us, engage with us, and then obviously buy our products. So we've been lucky that way. We started making it an official business probably 2018. So before then it was us doing the testing, the research on the ground, talking to people, looking at how people react to the product. But after 2018 till now, we've been doing business. People were able to come to us and say, no guys, we want to open retail, but we want to partner with you guys. If you guys are going to supply us with this, then we will be able to open retail. And we've been opening stores in Northwake as well as in Kingston, Bedfordview. So we've been lucky that we've been working with people that are that work in good faith, and then we've been able to supply a lot of small products as well as do projects as well. So today we are here. We've been fortunate enough to do business, though we haven't done a lot of business in Rustenburg. We've only had one or two clients here, but across SA we've been able to supply either through retail or through us directly.
Well, there you have it, folks. I have nothing to ask and I have nothing to comment. All the questions that I wanted to ask this gentleman, he has already answered them. So check this week's edition of the Rustenburg Herald, and also keep an eye out for the Agri Pulse for their story. They are Rustenburgers, like he said, they are doing business, but only a few companies are doing business with them here in Rustenburg. Where's the support? So have a look at the article and read more about these guys. Jabudani Sinyazo, Rustenburg Herald, signing off.